hire an employee. Just we want to hire an employee. In US one legal entity. Let's take the last name is Channu, first name is Pawan. Title Mr. Date of birth 1985. Social Security number. Redwood City. I'm selecting business unit as now. I'll select one job. Based on the particular job, I want to get some of the grades. Let's take professor. So let's take professor. I'll select one professor job. Based on that, the grade should be selected. Means I want to enforce grades based on the professor. Means suppose let's take if I search, click on search option, and if I click on go to advanced, does not equal to. Just this is the process. Select does not equal to and give XX and click on search. It will give all the list of values. Suppose if I select like this, click on OK. That is a mistake. Means HR specialist is selecting some other grade which is not relevant to professor. Okay. Gopi, are you understood?
Sir.
Are you able to understood?
Yes, sir.
Gopi, I'm not able to hear your voice. I think some problem is there with your mic.
Yes, sir. I changed my mic, sir.
Okay. So just sort that issue.
Yeah.
Okay, Shiva, are you able to hear me?
Sir, I can hear it.
Okay. So professor is a job.
Yes, sir.
For that professor, there are multiple grades, and we are not restricting here to select a particular grade of the professor. And by mistake, HR specialist is selecting some other grade.
Understood.
Which is not relevant to
professor.
So this is not a correct approach. So we want to restrict for a particular grade, particular job. There would be only particular grades only need to be selected.
For the professor.
So we want to enforce the grades for a particular job. This is the concept. So suppose a professor, we cannot select some other grade like admin or admin 2 or something like this, right? Suppose if I select admin 1, it is accepting. There is a professor and how will become an admin?
It's relevant to IT.
Yeah, it doesn't looks good, and we should not allow this kind of thing in system, because here we not restricted the grades depend upon the job. So this is one of the important concept. So in real time system, the client will ask, okay, for this job, I need only for this only few grades need to be displayed. Not all the grades should be displayed. Okay.
Okay.
Vamsi, have you understood?
Yes, sir. I understood.
Like
only
how we created for you. If we select USA as a location, then we need to
USA
all
as a location, only the states related to US only should display, not all the states in India or Canada.
Yes, sir.
Same
Definitely.
here also, if you select one particular job, the grades related to particular job only need to be displayed. Okay. And if the
Yes.
particular job is having only one grade, then it should be default. We should not able to select that one. Only if there is only one grade is there for the particular job, it needs to be defaulted in the grade position. How we will do that one? So this is something little bit profile options would be there, little bit tricky, but this is important concept. Okay, now we will go to manage jobs. First of all, while creating the job itself, so it will ask us what are the valid grades for this job. Okay, it will ask us what are the valid grades for this job. Manage job. So we will select professor. Okay, this is the one I have selected. If you scroll down in the job details page, completely job details page, professor 1, professor 2, professor 3. These are the valid grades for this job. Okay. Suppose
Yes,
if I want to add another thing, correct? Add row. I'm adding another grade, professor 05, 04. And I'm adding professor 05. Okay, these are the 5 grades I'm adding. And then after that one, I'll click on submit button. Okay. Now if I go back to manage administrative profile options, manage administrative profile values, and search for the enforce valid grades. Suppose if you make this profile options yes, it will default only the valid grades of the particular job should be displayed for the job while hiring an employee. It will not allow any other grades to be displayed for the job. So by default, it would be N. If you make it Y, click on save and close. If you make it Y, so earlier what happened while hiring an employee when we select professor, it is accepting any grade, right?
yes,
Admin
sir.
grade or any other grade it is accepting. But now it won't accept. We are enforcing we are enforcing valid grades only for the particular job. So what are the grades that were added in the job? That details only will be accepted. No other grades will not be accepted. Let's take same channel. Hold on. And 4061. US1 business unit. Okay. Now I'll select the job. Job as professor. I'll select the job as professor. So what are the grades that are available right now?
Professor 1, Professor 2, Professor 3, Professor 4. Right.
Why only those grades are available?
We have given valid grades for that job.
Very good. We have given only valid grades for the
Right.
job. We made it as a default. So we have not allowed system to take any other grades except valid grades for the job. So suppose go to advanced. Grade starts with does not equal to X6. Only 5 is displaying, right?
Yes, sir.
Only 5 values only it is displaying. Even though there are so many grades in the enterprise completely, whatever the grades we have created, it is displaying. Okay, let's take Professor 5. I'm selecting and I am now clicking on OK. Means here when you select this, when you enforce this valid grades only for the job, it will display what are the grades that we have added for the job. Only it will display. While creating job, we will add valid grades, and if you enforce that valid grades checkbox, it will display only the valid grades that were added for the particular job. So this is one of the important concepts. Now, there is another concept is there. That is like, suppose if there is only one grade for the job. There is only one grade you have added. So per default grade from the job position, it will be defaulted. You don't have to select. Let's take, I'll create one new job. Manage job. Senior professor. Just will give the details like full-time, part-time, regular, temporary. So these are all basic details. we have to come to the down. We have to come to the last section, valid grades. And now we have to add row. We have to add the row. And now we have to select the grade. Professor 06 from common set. I'm adding only this grade is valid for senior professor. Click on next. Click on next. Click on next. Click on submit. Okay. Click on done. Now what I have to do? Again, I have to go back to manage administrative profile options. Manage administrative profile. What is the another profile option? Default. Per default grade from job position to yes. I'm making it to Y. Click on save. Save and close. So this is where we will select person type. This is a person type is employee only. Okay. Now we will select the job. What is the job we have to select?
Senior professor.
Senior professor. So have I given the grade?
No,
But how it came automatically?
we have enabled that.
Grade.
I have not given the grade.
Mm,
But automatically it came. Suppose I will change the grade. I change the job. So it gone away. And now we have to select only the grades that are available for this job. So from Professor 1 to Professor 5, I'll select Professor 5. So this is how I'm enforcing the grades. But here, if there is only one grade, I'm making it as a default. When there is only one grade, I can make it as a default, right? So I don't want to select again. There is no need to select again. There is only one grade. And I want to default for that particular job. Click on search, select the job, automatically the grade will be defaulted. Professor 06. Senior professor means grade will be defaulted automatically when you select this option. When you select the option as Y. Okay. Suppose if you go back and now I'll remove the two options. It comes save and close. Now
Sir, if we not given valid grades and we have enabled this enforced to Y, then we are not able to select, sir, that grades. Can we able to select?
see, if you don't give valid grades in the job, there is no point of here, right? It won't have any grades for the job, so it won't select anything.
Okay.
While creating the job, if you give valid grades, then it will force HR specialist or anybody who are while creating the transaction. Okay, for this job, these are the grades that are available. Okay.
Yeah, understood.
Now suppose if I select professor. Now, what is the job we are selecting? Professor. So it will show the details, but it will also other details also. Understood, right? They're
Sir.
not enforcing the grades. So here it will show what are the valid grades. Apart from that, it will show other grades from the system as well. If you don't enforce the profile option, the first one. Are you able to understand?
Yes, sir, understood.
Yes,
If I
sir.
select admin, it will accept because we are not enforcing any valid grade for this job.
Job.
Whatever the grade, it will accept. But if we enforce, only valid grades need to be selected. By selecting the profile option as Y, it will not allow us to give grade as admin. And first of all, the values itself is not display. This values itself is not display. Only the valid grades, whatever the grades we have given in the job, only those grades will be displayed. Okay, now we will go back to senior professor. Here also. So only what are the valid grades which will be displayed here, and
Professor 6.
will accept any other grade as
And
well.
the other.
So always remember to create the grades first. Suppose if you think what are the grades that are there, to create the grade first and then create the job and add the valid grades for the particular job. Let's take Bayer University. Shiva, you got the Bayer University, right?
Yes, sir.
So for that one, what are the grades? Professor, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, something like this.
Yes.
Whoever got this university related one, professor, senior professor, just you give the grade as professor 01, professor 0, something like that. And once you're done with the grade, then you create the jobs. And while creating your job itself, you have to give the valid grades. So while creating a transaction of hiring an employee, it would be easy for us to select the grades. And if you want to enforce, you can enforce, but don't enforce. But obviously, it will show in the checkbox. It will show in these details like this. These are the valid grades. These are the invalid grades. Even though we are not enforcing, it will show like this. But here, by default, it is good to select this one rather than this one. If you add valid grades to the jobs, okay.
Okay.
If you don't give any valid grades to the job, means randomly it will show some other grades. So it is whose job? As implementation consultant, it is our job to add valid grades to the jobs. Okay.
Understood.
Everybody understood?
Yes, sir. Understood.
So it is our responsibility. First of all, it is our responsibility to create grades, and it is our responsibility to create jobs. While creating the job, it is our responsibility to add valid grades to the jobs. Okay. Today we have gone to the concept. Okay. Okay. Tomorrow we will see enterprise structures. Sorry, manage enterprise HCM information. Tomorrow we will, so this legal jurisdiction and legal authorities we will cover in payroll. So manage enterprise HCM information. Tomorrow we will see this one. The areas of responsibility day after tomorrow, areas of responsibility and HCM employment model. So primary ledger we will see in payroll. Key flex fields also. So what are they in blue color we will see in payroll. But except HCM employment model. HCM employment model we will cover this week only. And security we will see in later also. Security, we know a lot of things need to be covered in security. To manage enterprise HCM information and areas of responsibility. So position synchronization on special class I will tell. Okay. So by this weekend, most probably by Friday, I will complete global HR. So from my side, I have given whatever the best I have. So going forward, you have to do every week one global HR project. every week you have to complete one global HR project, so that whenever you have time, hardly it will take 3-4 hours of time to complete one global HR project along with payroll. So every week you have to show me what is the global HR project you did and what are the concepts you have practiced, like I told you, right? So you have to keep one index sheet like this, and for each transaction you have to keep each sheet like this. Okay. Okay, guys. So for today we are done with the session. So we will meet tomorrow morning. Okay. So you have understood this concept, right? Enforcing valid grades to the
Yes, sir. Yeah,
job.
understood.
Jobs. Yes, understood.
Valid grades to the job. It is one of the important concepts. So in general, we will not use, but it is one of the interview question. How we will enforce valid grades to the job, and where it will be useful. So it will be useful not to do mistakes, right? So only
Yes, sir.
if you enforce valid grades to the job, the wrong grade will not be associated to the
Jobs.
job. Okay, if we enforce valid grades means HR specialist or line manager, we can only select whatever the grades you have given as part of implementation consultant. They don't have a choice. Either they will give a correct grade or they cannot give anything. Okay, this is how we can. I'll write the article also today. I'll read this one. The video also I'll update to practice this one. So this is
Sure.
one of the important concept to be practiced. Okay.
Sure.
Apart from our daily